Hello, hello, beautiful people of the internet. Hello, Plaguebird, the Chaucer, Fosty254, Mastermaticus, Kaka, thank you for the Prime sub, very much appreciated. Genjais the Silent, Brewski, Sir Kells, Antiwian, Lost Guardian, JSF MPGH, Apples and Fruits, Slice the Elder, Food Evening, yes. Lord Helmchen Deluxe, Pink Unicorn Lover, hello. Kaka! Welcome, one and all. The Houseless Heroes are back, and we're ready to party. And past Slurgy left us a snack. Now, the snacks are getting slightly perilous. We're totally fine to take on small groups of mercs, but, like, the snacks are a little less snacky now. Is what it is. So, last time, what did Dovcool give? What did Dovcool take? Dovcool took, we'll start there, one of Antiwian's fingers. Now, Antiwian did not fall in combat. He was not struck down to be resurrected by the surgeon. Oh no! He gained this missing finger trying to tame a wild dog, whose name I believe would have been Battle Brother, except we got the 5% roll, resulting in a permanent injury. The real problem with this injury isn't the stats. Minus 5% melee skill. Whatever. Right? It's bad, but it's not that big a deal. It's like very, very minor. What is bad is the fact that the way the surgeon is written, he can make every man without a permanent injury be guaranteed to survive an otherwise fatal blow. That is now making Antiwian potentially able to fall in combat. Surgeon won't be able to save him. You can't use that finger to fix up something else, I guess. Fucking hell, I'm tiny, club-footed, and missing a finger. Put me out of my misery. Nah. Antiwian is a key part of our formation. So, Grubby gives a second try. Sins does a co-op stream, and now Slurgy's live. Oh, damn. Yeah, people were talking about Grubby playing Battle Brothers, which is great because it's a great game. Now, I watched some of Grubby's first playthrough, and it was a little bit... I did not care for the chat being like, this is all bullshit RNG, and it's like, that's too bad you can't even see it. Oh, well. Whatever. But that's awesome, because Grubby's one of my favorite streamers. I've hung out with Grubby at some of the StarCraft 2 MLG events way back in the day. I've played a whole lot of games of StarCraft 2 against him as well back in the day. He's just a good dude. So, but yeah, we've got, and I didn't know Sins was back. Interesting. I'll have to ask him about that. So, in any case, so that's what Dovcool took, was a finger. But what did Dovcool give us? The Beast of Beasts, Brigfoot himself. And we have claimed the helmet and armor of the Ijirok. Other than that, we took a bunch of spicy fights. It seems every stream must include a bunch of spicy fights. It's how it is. So, the spicy fights continue. But not this one. This one is just a little snack. Is that a named Warhammer? It sure is. We got that 2 streams ago from a Champion Men-at-Arms. Champion Men-at-Arms, for this run, for this company, are incredibly good. They can either have a named Warhammer, which we want, a named one-handed mace, which we want, or a named one-handed axe, which we'll throw away. So 2/3 chance from a Man-at-Arms champion to get something that we want. So we're going to have to fight more of those later on. The team's going to have to be more kitted out in shinies before I feel like we can safely take on the Black Monolith. So, Cleaver 2. I think, according to something that Just Nom shared way long ago, I think it's actually just those 3, even though they can come with a military cleaver by default, or something like that. Or maybe they couldn't. I don't know that they can come... No, I'm not sure. Not delusional. Hello, hello. So, all right. Let's I have no idea why that trading caravan just disappeared. Huh. The only thing I can think of is I did update Hardened to the most recent version just because it had nothing that should have affected this. Okay. I mean, assuming... You know what I'm going to do? Just in case, I'm going to back up my save before we start doing anything. Just to be sure. And then we'll start on the assumption that everything will be fine. You know, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to back it up because I don't have any idea why that would have happened. Okay. All right. The current save is backed up in case the stream goes wonky off the rails, and that was weird. Okay. So no, I have not. There's no. So, no such thing. No such thing. So, okay. I guess we will just go where I was going to go, which is out west on some adventures. So that was weird. But assuming, I don't know if Darkseid was here, if he wants my logs, or actually maybe I'll just send it to him anyway, just because he might want it. So one moment. I will send those to him. Disappearing caravan. Okay. Imagine now all the roads are empty. Well, that's what I'm maybe a little worried about. If, like, I don't know. Who knows? So, why do you think crowns have been so hard to obtain in this run? The previous runs of this type didn't seem to have crowns problems at this day. I think there's a couple reasons. One is, well, I don't know. Actually, what I'd be curious about is, what were my wages at this time in the One True run? Because it could be that we just have higher wages. Right? Deserter in the Forest is kind of expensive. I'm not sure. The other is that I think at this time in the One True run, we had done some big sweeping adventures to the far edges of the map where you get the best payout from the cartographer. Whereas in this run, we've not had the opportunity to do that yet. So I'm not sure. Okay. All right. There's footprints abound. Let's follow these hefty footprints, who will hopefully have some crowns. Yeah, nomads should. All right. Ooh, and then another little caravan snack. No. Okay. All right, so let's take on the nomads first, and then we'll take out the trading caravan. Okay. So how is everyone doing this fine Thursday? Oh, we need to re-equip. All right. There's some re-equipping I need to do that I didn't fully fix up. Metawrecker needs his handgun. Nice shot. No errors in the logs. I'm interested in that save file. Maybe the vanishing caravan is reproducible. Yes, I can send that to you now. Now, will the save file be... Oh yeah, the one I backed up. That's the one you want. Hold on. There we go. Yes. All right. There is the save file. And I'd be curious what you find. You know what would be a good mod when you go into a battle? It takes you to the equipment screen automatically. You can either... Yeah, it would be. And I think something like that actually exists, if I recall correctly. Nope, not who we aimed for, but sure. And I probably shouldn't use... Oops. Shouldn't use that much ammo here. There's no need to use much ammo. Though we might need to push at them, since they've got more ranged units than we do. There we go. Full force. Okay. So they should run at us now. We've hit them with enough ranged projectiles. In light of that scary undead fight yesterday with the anchored zombo, I was wondering if a pole mace is a better offhand weapon for the sling guy. On Meta Wrecker? Yeah. That's actually probably a good idea. Won't have mastery, right? So there will be a certain amount of hope that will need to go into his attacks. But yeah. Curseword still with his injuries is unable to use his tactician abilities. Very sad. Full force. Full force. Okay. Full force. We're off to a nice start for this little warm-up fight of ours. I did just expose Meta Wrecker, but it's fine. He's got plenty of armor. Doing some punching. Okay. Deburner can walk 1 hex in the desert sand. Just 1. No Pathfinder. It's rough. He gets his 1 hex of movement, and that's it. Okay. No, I think they're running away. I don't think they're... Yeah, there they go. Okay. He's deburning up all his energy? Yeah. Deburned up all his energy. Slurgy, what's the best build in the game and why is it the Debug Miller? Oh, are you referring to that one dude's 100% journey, whatever? Can't even remember his name. Okay, let's Meta Wrecker. Let's give him. We're gonna unequip that and re-equip the handgun. And I think a pole mace is a good idea. Was that apples and fruits? Whose idea was that? Choppy Cat. Choppy Cat. That's a good idea. You two have the same name color, so I got confused. How are we doing? We're doing it pretty well. So let's see. Yeah, but in the future, I think a pole mace is actually a pretty good idea. I actually like that idea a lot on Meta Wrecker. Stuns are good. Even a 75% chance to stun. Falsers, hello, hello. Good evening. Okay. So, let's fight this caravan. Us two are not the only share the same color, but also have the same lover. I see. Your mom? Okay, there it is. All right. Got him. Got me. Got me. See now, when I was a while ago, I had a job where we had a new person, and we were young dumb kids. And this guy said to one of the new employees, both of them ended up being close friends of mine. The first thing he says is, "Don't say this to a random person you just met." He says, "You're a bastard and I'm gonna do your mom." His dad left him when he was a kid, and his mom died of cancer. So, anyway. They ended up being good friends later on. Okay. Give that guy a opening shot. Should I use a little bit of ammo here in this fight? Maybe just a bit. Took a minute to warm that friendship up. Yeah, I think it wasn't an instantaneous thing. They had some things to figure out first. Okay. Ah, curse word not having the tactician skills is so sad. So sad. So, although this is a lot of conscripts, they're really not that bad. They're weaker than their versions in vanilla. Not having nimble is hurts them quite a bit. Flexible just doesn't quite have the same overall level of protection with this light of armor. Wait just a moment on Sir Kells. Smash. Smash. Sad. Couldn't hit him. I may end up wanting to move Meta Wrecker up 1 hex. We'll see. We shall see. Yeah, giving the Southerners flexible instead of nimble butchered their staying power. It did. It did. Pretty good reaping there by Brewski. Am I faster than them? No. But I am now faster than that guy. Okay, I could just do this shot anyway, because it blasts more of them than us. I'm just gonna do it. let's we just hit one of those guys in the head, they're dead. Full force. And I'm going to... You know, maybe I am just going to stay here. No man, 1220. Now that I see this guy going for his big flank. Full force. Okay, we'll have Master Maticus do stuns with AoE dazes. Very strong. Here we go. That guy's appropriately softened up. Okay, Curseword is not attacked yet. Very sad. Alright, I guess we'll do take aim. That way we don't shoot our ally. Ooh, that was tasty. Curseword finally gets an attack in. You love to see it. Full force. Yeah, these conscripts are but a pale shadow of their former fighting self. And I suppose they can run away, can't they? Okay, I think that guy might have just bled to death there at the very end. Okay, so unfortunately, none of their trade goods are of any value to us. I think I like Choppy Cat's idea of having a pole mace for Meta Wrecker. When he's gonna use a melee skill, it may as well be one with utility, right? One whole crown, one whole crown. And even though crowns are what we need right now, I have no doubt that when we make like a little journey through the wilderness, that by finding camps in this unexplored territory, that we'll find crowns pretty quickly. The Northerners even have one with the shield, which makes them pretty resistant to armor pen attack. Feels backwards in a way. Yeah. Let's see, and is everyone else looking good? Everyone else is looking good. We got lots of food. Probably more food than we need, but I don't want to risk not having enough. Now, we did get a notification that the Undead Crisis is over. So this must have come from a camp. Could head up north there and maybe explore through here. Depending on how long it takes to chase them down. Men are gonna leave your broke ass? Nah. They would never. Okay, I think I'm just gonna meet them straight on. We could scoot and shoot like the olden days. Can everyone walk 2 hexes? I don't think DeBurner even can. I'm actually positive he can't. That's right, he'll just go 1. Is someone in the squad greedy? I don't think so. I don't think we have any brothers with the greedy trait. Got him. So yeah, I'm fairly certain. Yep, he can move 1 hex. Sure. He'll spearhead this. Will we get any crisis related, bro, at some point? I don't know, will we? Your guess is as good as mine. We don't know what the next crisis is yet. It hasn't started. The other one just ended, so. Go up here, do a stun. Go up here and actually rotate so that Curse Word can at least go for a stun. Pole Mace. The successful 3x Reap. Nothing finer. Nothing finer. Remember back in the day when trying to dagger down one of these was like a big, scary, and important thing? The team has come so far. Finer than Necro Savant wine. Remember back when you had 14 bros? I do. I do. We'll just have to get back up to 14. How about that? Okay. Yeah, 12 is a lot. Exactly, exactly. This could have been the ultimate run. Now, the ultimate run includes losses along the way. Everyone knows that. I've got pure copium here in this cup. Don't be a cotton-headed nitty muggins, you know? I'm sure there's things I'm carrying around here that I don't want. Oh yeah, this. And am I carrying this stupid? Yeah, this ancient sword. Get out of here. That thing we found dug in a hole. Think of it this way, if you still had 14, the run would have been overdue to running out of money. Well, nah, I would have been able to take other and different fights. Actually, and you know, now that I'm out here, nah, I don't know. Nah, let's keep moving towards the horizon and finding a camp. Finding camps, I should say. Actually, maybe let's go down this way and just explore new terrain. Shush, I'm trying to defend you? Nah, you don't have to defend me. It's best to accept the realities. Nobody had to die. All right, so sometime during the next full day, we do need to find one camp. Yeah, gold is sketchy right now. But all we got to do is find one camp, and then we're good. All we got to do is find one camp, and then we're good. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing, Rufin. That is exactly what we're doing. So I'm gonna take a peek on one of these mountains before it becomes nighttime. Oh no. Okay. Well, Well, let's go this way. I guess that'll probably be faster than going over these mountains. Should have went south to look for some nomads. In retrospect, yes. If we miss one payday, it's not that big of a deal. If we miss 2 paydays, it's real bad. Okay, see, there we go. Boom. Plenty of money. Okay. So we're gonna do this fight. Oh, and the curse word is over his injury. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Curse word's over his injury. Curse word no longer has a dislocated shoulder. That is wonderful. We're also able to re-equip some stuff. Nice warm. Well, we did our warm-up fights, right? We did our warm-up fights. So we're gonna put this Sir Hartwig's horsehair helmet, I think, on Dark Paladin. And I don't have any more bolas. Do I want to use throwing axes? You know, I might. We got plenty of ammo. I think it's not a terrible idea. Actually, let's use the heavy ones. All right, they both use the same amount of ammo, and this does a lot more damage. So we'll only have 2 pocket sands. That's okay. Going in blind is scary. Yeah, it kind of is. Going in blind is scary. But I want to go in blind because I want to take the fight. Because I want to keep moving. Right? We know what this camp can have. Right? Now I'm gonna put Zweihair's helmet on Sir Kel's. The duelist hat just feels a little too... I don't know. No necros here, so basically free. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I'd go that far, but the company's really well suited for these kind of fights. We're built like, we're specialty built for them, practically. So... This camp has death now. Let's see if it's yours or not. No, I think we're gonna be just fine. We'll be just fine. We're actually pretty good for these fights against the Ancient Honor Guard. So why can I not see? Oh, I can. It's just like really barely lit up. Okay. Okay, so let's start with a hold steady. They're going to get some attacks on us in this round, and we're not going to be able to apply overwhelm or anything like that, or any disarms. Well, maybe 1 disarm? No. Yeah, I guess -2 vision is still too much at night. Well... Here they come. Now here they come. Simon says here they come. Here they come. Okay. All right. All right. So... Squigs, hello, hello. Let's start with a stun here. Pretty handy. Kind of like this, actually. There goes our confidence. You know what's nice about that, Choppy Cat, is that trash comps having exude confidence means it's coming right back at the start of next round. Quite good, actually. So let's do... Given that there are more of them up on the north side, I'm going to do a cheap trick disarm. There. Full force. That's right. You'll provide confidence to our fellow bros. That's right. And disarm 40% of the time, every time. Exactly. Exactly. And let's finish that one off. Let's finish that one off. There it is. So they're going to lose their, like, with the exception of this guy, this formidable approach here. These ones lost their formidable approach, and we're confident again. Dynamic duo. So I'll just go for the 2 attacks here because it's handy. So onslaught for sure. And I'm gonna do a aim shot up here, mostly to apply a bunch of overwhelm to make a miss. So are you feeling the power of exude confidence now, Mr. Streamer? I think it is very good on this specific bro in this specific circumstance, for sure. I don't think it is a general purpose good perk. Okay, got a daze on that guy, that's good. Brewski I might wait because we're gonna get better reaping opportunities. Seems good. And we can go for a regular disarm. Let's just do it there. Okay. Full force. Very good disarm by Master Maticus. And I think we're going to save fatigue. So going to end turn. Let's wait here for just a moment. And assuming that Ancient Honor Guard's going to die, I'm going to full force attack there. Okay. Sometimes you assume, and it's good. Brewski is a monster? Brewski is a monster. Brewski is a monster. Full force. Now this guy can get in and attack No Man 1220 once. I think that's probably fine. I think that's fine. Wasn't there a second back line at Polearm Bro, or did he bite the dust? What do you mean? Falsers and Brewski. I'm gonna wait just a moment on Dark Paladin. Let's go for a fresh stun there. And let's wait. I'm probably going to use another stun in the second half of the round, if I were to guess. Now I could have Sir Kells go and lock up this Hex, so this guy has to go here and attack someone he probably doesn't really want to. Gives us a better reap. Okay. No problem. Shields up. Everyone's got their shields up. There are a lot of brother adjacency perks that make me feel non-line formations may be more optimal and hardened. Like the one I'm doing here. Like this kind of thing. I agree. It's why I've done it. Yeah. You wanna maximize bro adjacency quite a lot. Even with non-peasant militia. Obviously, peasant militia kind of ups the ante Okay, that was very clean. Very, very, very clean. A bunch of crowns, bunch of tools, bunch of ammo. No shiny, but that's all right. Now gold is looking just fine. All right. Brewski, I think we want to just keep pumping up his fatigue. What an absolute monster. Meta Wrecker. It's almost like this company was built to deal with Ancient Dead. It is almost like that. It is almost like I had Ancient Dead fights very specifically in mind as I planned what we would do. Though I will say, generally speaking, the strip armor then hit points is more relevant in Hardened than Vanilla Battle Brothers. Because an interesting thing happens. You can still do this kind of thing in Vanilla, but Vanilla kind of has two diverging paths for inflicting damage. And you can mix them on the same company, you just don't want to mix them on the same enemy. You can either strip armor, then attack with a weapon that's good at, you know, taking out hit points, or you can just bypass armor completely, destroy only what you need to get the armor penetrating damage through, and then have increasing amounts of armor penetrating damage, right? So javelins in Vanilla self-synergize. Katals self-synergize, right? There's a lot of things you can do that just all work together to just ignore armor completely, you know? Whereas spears are on the strip armor, destroy hit points kind of camp. And I think in general, in Vanilla, bypassing armor is a little bit stronger. But in this, because enemies have such bigger hit point pools, and there are so many like protective perks like flexible that exist on a lot of enemies, one with the shield, etc. Stripping armor and then just hitting direct hit points is a lot more relevant in this mod relative to Vanilla when you're planning out like the types of things you're going to have your brothers do. So yeah, and enemies having higher hit point values also results in that same sort of outcome. So anyway, just something to kind of muse on. One of the things that I think about when I'm thinking about the game. Anyway, on Meta Wrecker, I feel like it's sort of a, I don't know what I want to put my points into here for his extra swag levels. Probably just do more fatigue. We can wear increasingly heavier armors. I think it's fine. Dark Paladin 037. Let's just go with hit points. And actually, let's do a setup like this. 2 more levels and Meta can legally drink. Yes. Those 31 usable fatigue look so sad. Oh, he doesn't even need that many. 28 now? Yeah, he's good. He's good. He doesn't even need that many. Nah, he's all right. He's got a spear. So we're gonna go to the very edge of the map and then just sort of carve north. That's gonna be my plan. So we're just riding along this coastline, I suppose. I noticed you definitely had less problems with goblins, orcs, and chosen in the prior learning run. Well, a lot of that is because I had, like I could recruit bros. And I could build sword masters and other such things. So, But yes, you're not wrong, Trash Comps. Someone bring down that plumed transgressor. All right. A little bit of ammo for a good mood is totally fine. So let's mark this event. We don't know exactly when we will return to civilization. There's literally not a single... oh, it's about 3 p.m. Not a single event bro in the pool out here, so... No reason to... There's nothing. There's no one we could find. Yeah, edge of the map, though I didn't really want to go to that side of it. Kind of didn't think that the pathing would do that. It's totally fine. Lindworm Slayer? No, Lindworm Slayer, you got to be near a camp. I don't know exactly how close. Okay. Ugh, mountains. We're totally edging this map? Totally edging this map. We're edging before busting? Hmm. Don't think camps can spawn at the edge? Not right at the edge, no. But they can spawn pretty close. They can spawn like... Yeah, here we go. The Lost King's Castle. Look at that! Look at that, look at that chance! Perfect. Yeah, they can spawn pretty close, like one tile or so. Yeah, exactly. I think there's just like a... There's like a half tile of unbuildable terrain kind of type thing. Okay. Any other adjustments I want to make to the squad before this fight? No, I think we were basically set up for an Ancient Dead fight previously. So let's go to the Lost King's Castle. 68% chance of a shiny. That's pretty great. Okay. It's 1% off from the funny number. Which one? Okay, so they've got a proper, like, structure. The Palatinus can come in the two different variants here. So they are gonna, you know, they are gonna lock us down, but the War Scythes don't really do that much damage to and through armor. So we're pretty well suited for this kind of fight. Oh, right, I can't, okay. Yes, because those share a type. That's all right, I didn't want to attack from there anyway. All right, I'll probably do my hold steady on this round. These guys have leverage? I'm actually not sure. They do, okay. So we're just gonna wait across the front line, let them make their way to us. Dark Paladin may as well throw something. Something was thrown. It's a pretty good target for No Man 1220. Was hoping to hit him in the head, did not. And I'm gonna do a gun blast next round, but considering the damage, well, nah. I was gonna say considering the damage is a bit lower. That's just too juicy. That's a lot of head armor to strip. I was gonna do like an attack with the pole mace, just to focus damage on this enemy, but nah. Not sure exactly where I want to disarm with trash comps yet. Maybe that guy. Famed handgun with max damage and armor roll incoming. Yeah. I like the sounds of that a lot. Okay, and I'm gonna have to be a little bit careful with Sir Kells down here. Sir Kells is where I'm kind of looking at and being like, nah. I don't like his armor against these weapons, right? Ow. So he's not going to be able to get very surrounded, right? Obviously only 2 enemies can get in melee with him, but... I'm just going to rotate now and attack. Okay, I'm going to apply a whole bunch of Overwhelm. It's going to Onslaught rockin' and rollin'. Rude. It's a lot of damage to the gladiator harness. Gonna wait on Brewski for more of them to get up there. God, one with a shield. Prevents so much damage. Ah. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a real slog. That's a pretty decent hit chance against the burner. It's higher than I'd like it to be, that's for sure. Okay, here on top we're going to focus damage on this fellow with the two-hander. Yeah, polearms are dangerous. They have the thing that gives hit chance, yeah. They've got long reach. Okay. So let's push to try to break up their shield wall a bit. You like the skeleton strategy more with the morale ignoring? Okay, and I probably will end up having Brewski rotate down, but not quite yet. Got one more good gun blast to do with Meta Wrecker. And I might just have him finish off this foe here. Okay. So Curse Word, I think we're going to be ready to maybe move down here once this Ancient Palatinus runs up. His shield is down at the moment, but I think it's fine. And I don't think there's anyone we could whip to... Well, that's pretty good damage. Pretty good damage, almost killed the Ancient Palatinus in one go. So let's disarm, I guess, that guy. Lowered our reach, but full force. He's doing a little dance because he doesn't know what to do. You love to see it. Okay. Pretty lucky there that they missed many of their attacks. They had low hit chance, but still. That's right. Show me your moves. Show me your moves. Yeah, this wasn't too bad of a slog. I agree. Not too bad at all. So let's bring Curse Word around here to stun next turn. Or could just go up here and stun now. Full force. Eyes glow red. Take an axe to the face. Akibio, hello, hello. Hope you're doing well this day. Ah. Missed him. Okay. Little bits of chip damage. Kind of a here, there, and everywhere sort of thing, but not too bad overall. Full force. Stun him again. We'll wait and do it again. Guy attacked his ally. Didn't even care. Incredible. Once their two handers were gone, they just lose all their damage. Yeah, exactly. Yep, yep. Even if they hit with the chip damage, they're hardly going to do anything to our Battle-Forged Flexi Bros. Dang, I was hoping that would just be enough to kill him. Full force. Let's get in there and crowd him. Sir Kel's put a shield down, but I think he'll be just fine. Okay. Full force. Off with his head. pretty clean. Pretty clean. Pretty clean. The polearm got fierce. Ooh. Ooh, okay. It's a low roll, but hey, these are great. These are great. These forged helmets are excellent. Excellent. Named gear is just so important for our Flexi Bros. Yeah, shittiest rolls ever? True. I mean, right? It did not roll well. But it's still gonna be good. So let's compare it, just side by side, to like this guy. Very slightly heavier, but better protection. So, not the most exciting, don't get me wrong, but it's fine. Yeah, -2 vision instead of -3. I don't know that we really... On any of the bros who are wearing that type of helmet, we don't really care about their vision. Now this could be like super long term, something that lives on Meta Wrecker. Probably not. But like if we find better named helms, it could eventually get passed down to there. So. Yeah, I mean vision is irrelevant on all the bros who have -3 vision helmets anyway. Just in general. So yeah, we're gonna give this to, someone. We're gonna give it to one of the frontline Hammer Bros. May as well be Antiwian. Or even Master Maticus. Probably Master Maticus. I guess it really doesn't matter. Either one. Meta's get it. Oh yeah, Meta Wrecker's fashion is just supreme. Supreme. Absolutely superb. So. Okay. We also have these Brigandine shirts that got fixed up. Let's go ahead and put those on. Those were being fixed in the background. Swap the helmets for the looks? Well, let's take a look. Let's compare. See, I don't know. I like the all black. I think all black works. Right? The gold trim is nice. Like, I like the gold trim on this. But all black's that's pretty hardcore. Gold trim is not good contrast against the gold beard. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. This one, it's like he's all sooty, right? I like it. Just not means on the duo. Swap helmets just for the looks. These two. This would be more thematic. It actually might be slightly better too. We're literally getting like nothing out of flexible. We actually need this armor to be a little bit different on Xeno Aristo, ideally. Actually, I'm kind of curious. This might actually be slightly better. Yeah, this part is less important to us than the second part though, just coming from their initiative. This might be a little bit better, actually. I think that's... Yeah, this is fine. Sure. It's not much of a change either way. So, let's keep exploring. Style is a hidden stat. Style is the most visible stat. Okay. So let's get back towards the edge and keep edging. Not a lot of stuff on these plains aside from beasts. I don't know. Well, I mean, so far, it seems that's the case. We looking for the second sword location? Yeah, I mean, we would be very happy to find the watermill. True, yeah. Sword location is close to towns. I don't know the spawn rules on that one exactly, but it's one of those that's going to be closer. Can check? Yeah, let me know what you find. Alright, so let's sweep up and then sweep down. Mow the lawn. Step on this mountain, see if we see anything. Absolutely nothing. This is where I expect to find stuff. Especially considering how many camps we've cleared on the rest of the map. You know, this is the last sort of unexplored area. I'm genuinely surprised. Worst seed ever? No, there's been worse. I've had worse. 15 to 30, so not that close. Not that close, but also not that far. So I've still got enough for another day's wages. All right, the warning that we're in orc territory. I'm pretty sure that one is an event. And I sure hope we're in orc territory because I want to fight him. So let's say this is like, what, 6 a.m.? 6 a.m. Remember when there would be sunshine at 6 a.m.? Instead of just darkness? I remember. So we really need to find a camp today. So now we're good. So obviously we're gonna fight these orcs. Good boy George, hello, hello. Crazy good seed for fames. Is it? Yeah, 50% on an orc cave is pretty insane. I feel like the fames we've gotten, they've been okay. I guess they've been okay. I'm not so excited about the fact that we found like crossbows, javelins, things like that. So yeah, if the iron, and that one has nothing to do with like, this is just from a champion, right? So those don't have anything to do with like camps or seeds or anything. That was just from the man-at-arms. I think it means that the towns are not close to the wilderness. Some seeds have towns pretty deep into the wilderness, which fucks all the fame chances of the camps that spawn there. It looked pretty normal distance to me. Was it? Oh, maybe I'll zoom out and take a big picture look. To me, the seed looked pretty normal from that specific perspective. I've been taking on the biggest, well, that's probably true. I can't take on the biggest orcs in barbed camps yet. No, I haven't taken the biggest barbed orc camps. I was thinking maybe I had, but no, I haven't. Get whipped. Okay, definitely gonna do a hold steady, and then we're gonna do our onslaught next round. It's a lot of orc berserkers, right? And the thing about the orc berserkers is that they go from trivial to potential huge damage scary. You know what I mean? It happens very fast. Okay, so we're gonna wait on there. Sir Kells, thank you for the Prime sub. So I'm gonna disarm this one. And I'm going to do an arrow to the knee there, there. Did that one-handed hammer deal 115 HP damage? How much did it do? Yeah, but we hit him in the head. But yes. Though that has nothing to do with the hammer because his armor is fully stripped, so that'd be the exact same as a regular warhammer. It's purely just the fact that decisive, unstoppable, and drunk. And I don't think I push Master Maticus up. I'm a little tempted, since he has Steel Brow, but... No. Because then I let more of them get an attack that way. So I'm not going to. No brow? No, he does have brow. Master Maticus literally has brow. Where's Master Maticus? So. Oh, you're talking about on the Orc Berserkers because of the damage. Yeah. No, Inspiring Presence wasn't online yet either. It was just Decisive. Even Decisive was... No, it was literally nothing. That was just a regular hit. How did it do that much damage then? No, full force. No, it makes sense. Full force and head hit. So it was literally just a drunk head hit. That's it. Yeah, just drunkard and full force. I'm kind of thinking about putting one of these berserkers in a net. We've got the arrow to the knee on this one and this one. This guy's gonna move forward anyway. We've got extra nets. Why can I not put a net on him? Like, actually, why not? Huh. Try it? Oh, it was just the hex wasn't lit up? Yeah, it was just a visual thing. Yeah. Huh. No, they don't have elusive. Okay. So Antiwion's got one with a shield, so I'm not worried about his head. Xeno Aristo, I am kind of worried about his head. So let's disarm this guy. If we can't disarm him, if we hit him in the head, or just the body twice, he dies. Okay, so obviously gonna go for a big old overwhelm there. And instead of rearming, let's just attack again. I meant to ask you this earlier, but are the perks on the bros you find completely random or based on the bro's background? They're based on like the background and the stats. There's a whole... Apparently the back end is like a whole ass formula for it. That I don't know like how it works at all, really. Okay, so curse word. He can take a little bit, but he can't take as much as he's being exposed to right now. So I'm going to wait on No Man 1220 to see if this guy dies and we can direct some damage down there on the bottom. Okay, the AoE daze there is really sweet. So let's slow this guy down. And Brewski's gonna rotate and then reap. And we're gonna attack this Orc Berserker twice. So I'm gonna wait on Sir Kells to see exactly what we need to do. Well, now I might reap just so I can. Now, yeah, hold on. I'm gonna reap so that I can do a rotate for 1, and then reap again. That's the highest overall damage output. We're gonna pull out the banner still. It's only 1 attack. Could rotate No Man 1220 to put more damage out. I think we really want to. We want to put out as much damage in this round as possible. Okay, we'll get one with the shield guy up there. These orcs are falling over. It's pretty important that they fall over up until they don't, when they don't. So. Okay, excellent. So let's do a disarm. Who's faster? Probably this one here, right? No, surprisingly this guy, because the lighter weapon. I'll disarm him then. If Curse Word gets this kill, it'll daze that guy. So let's wait, they're gonna charge and stun. The nice thing about when they get disarmed and they do a bunch of attacks is that I collect more exploit opening stacks. Pretty nice. Let's give this guy an arrow to the knee. Now he gets no attack. Exploit opening. It's free real estate. That's right. So I'm going to go for the stun there just to apply the daze. Just get some bleeds there. I think that's better than recovering. Ouch. Well, I guess he doesn't get an attack, but he can do a charge. Still should be able to kill him, though. All right. Pretty clean. Very clean. Okay, honestly, totally happy with this. This shield is totally fine. Now, would I rather have melee defense? Sure. But I've got all these other orc shields. This is great. No, this is not dog shit. This is great. Listen not to Just Nom. He knows not what he says. We are happy with this shiny. And we're going to put it on one of our frontline boys. Yeah, the shrooms are nice too. I should have healed that injury. That happened right at the end. I had an opportunity to bandage up this injury and I just didn't take it. I've got to do a better job of remembering to do that. Less I. So who do we put this on? I'll put it on Xeno Aristo. Or actually, no. You know who I'm going to put it on? I'm going to put it on Antiwian. Because if, God forbid, they start targeting the shield and it gets destroyed, which would be damn near impossible, it is on Antiwian with one with the shield that we most want to keep it up, right? So we'll put it there. He's also often the one we put at the front of the formation. If you'll notice when I'm doing my rotations between Xeno Aristo and Antiwian, I'm always putting Antiwian at the end of the turn on the dangerous hex. Always. When I remember, which I'm not announcing it because it's like just a little thing. But given that that's where he is anyway, ranged attacks are going to go through him. So this makes the most sense for this brother to be using anyway. Antiwian reaching godhood? Yes. Our tiny, club-footed, missing finger dayteller is a legend. That's right. The club-footed dayteller is here. Just made homemade enchiladas for the first time. Turned out pretty good. Ooh, hell yeah. That sounds wonderful, future Bible hero. You should post a pic in the Discord if you took them. Okay, we're just gonna keep mowing. There we go. Okay. Pretty high famed item chance. From where do you get gold to keep up paying your dudes? Just the pretty much just the cartographer and exploring camps. That's why we're always moving. Always moving, always moving. 100% famed item chance? Because of Drugzug the Fogwalker. That's right. And then a 40% to get an additional. In fact, a 7.8% chance to get 3 shinies. Once we include the champion. It'll be an obnoxious push forward into the gobos. Picks her up, wonderful. Not gonna look at him right now, obviously, but I'll take a look later. Brewski, let's put a bigger helmet on. Told you what you sipping on? I had an apple cider that I'm adding Waterloo. Tropical fruit, too. Which I realize now, with a international audience, cider in the US is a non-alcoholic thing. You'd say hard apple cider if you meant an alcoholic beverage. I think in the UK they say cider, and it by default means alcoholic variety, like a strongbow or whatever. You been drinking a lot of cider lately? Dude, I don't know. It was on mega sale at Aldi. So pretty much everywhere in Europe, I think. Oh, well, we can't all be perfect. That's right. We're the embarrassing ones right now anyway. Let's beat up on these goblins. I'm gonna do a quick little shield swap here and here. And here. Mega sale at Aldi's pretty much free? Exactly. You got a name for the cider Waterloo concoction? No name, but if you'd like to name it, you're certainly welcome to do so. Okay, so what do we got here? We've got Druxug the Fogwalker with a freaking nice sword. Oof, what a beautiful sword. What a beautiful sword. This sword is beautiful. No, he's a champion. He's a champion. That's ours now, thank you. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't really have a good place for it. Now, it might be something that just like goes on Meta Wrecker or No Man 1220 or something like that. TBD. You see the skull? Yeah, exactly. That's what you got to be on the lookout for. Okay, so we'll probably move up 3 hexes at the end of the round. And we're just going to move as a big block. And by 3 hexes, I mean... Can DeBrenner even move up 3 hexes? I'm not sure if he can. Okay. Would have been nice on Zenithot. Yeah. Nope, DeBrenner can move 2 hexes. Well. So it goes. Let's go here on Meta Wrecker. And I might send trash comps down. Now that I see this has got a tree here, which is very annoying, in case you were curious. Send Dark Paladin there. So I could put Meta Wrecker up here, and he'll be in cover. And he'll be ready for some blasting next turn. He'll be faster than them. Apparently, right? We're faster than them on this round, which is kind of crazy. I guess it's because they waited. Right now, he is exposed just to this one guy. Everyone else, he's in cover. Now, wait. Could do an onslaught or hold steady on this turn. I'm gonna do a hold steady just to give us more range defense. while we're approaching. We did just take like 1 turn's worth of attacks and stuff, but... and they made melee contact, so... It's about to get real. Got him. Okay. And I guess I'm just going to leave Metawrecker here. Okay. They should push forward anyway. I think, because we hit them a bunch. Now I'm doubting myself a little bit, but... Have you ever tried Rambler sparkling water? No, but I'm always interested in a new sparkling water brand. No, I've never even seen this. Born in Austin, Texas. Oh, it's like a mineral sparkling water. Okay, hey, all right. I'll see if I can find that anywhere locally. Sounds good. Yeah, limestoney in a good way? No, that sounds excellent. That sounds like my tap water. There's a quarry, an old stone quarry, literally like not that far from my house. Needless to say, our water's a little hard here. Let's wait on Dark Paladin. We may end up with a better shot than the ones we're currently presented with. And let's free our buddy. We like attacking. Didn't want to break the shield wall. Okay. More calcium than a glass of milk? Oh, damn. I've just lost 7 chess games in a row and about 100 elo. It's like Battle Brothers, except your pawns can't use full force. It's en passant, kind of like full force. No. That's clearly chess rotate? No, that's when you castle. Yeah, they're putting us in those nets. Hey, lit him on fire. Ooh, the knockback there and the headshot. The Gray's neck. I don't like that. So Sir Kells doesn't have any bandages. But I think Falser's also doesn't. It's just one bleed stack, but I think Curse Word has bandages though. Yeah, Curse Word does. So he can run back. But let's get a buddy. I don't want the Wolf Riders to be able to get on him. That could be a real problem. Want to bandage the injury most of all though, right? Yeah, I mean, that's certainly an important part of it. It's not that bad of an injury to exist after the battle. Yeah, just 25% HP, I believe. That's what it is in vanilla. Which is bad, right? I mean, he's a nimble brother. Famed bolas when? You'd have to ask Metawrecker. Darkso. Wow. Wrong person. Sorry. Getting my Battle Brothers modders all mixed up. They're all the same to me. No, just kidding, just kidding. Your Wolf Rider's jumping on your range, bro. Yeah, so much for that, huh? I missed. Okay. Speaking of Darkso, if Darkso's still here, I'm curious what if anything you found for the weird caravan that disappeared at the very beginning. So I'd be very curious why that happened and if it was recreatable for you on the save. Or like what you saw at all. Because I don't think I've seen anything like that. Goodbye. Just recover here, I guess. Still on it. It was recreatable. Okay. It was very much like it disappeared in the same way that like mirage effects, which is nothing more than something fading out, I realize. But like a mirage from, I don't know, you're trying to pick up some luggage in Peak in the sandy zone, and it just disappears. See you later, nerd. Also, we want a refund? Yeah! So did you play in Peak 2? Dude, it's so good. It's such a great, like, game with friends. It is a very good co-op game. I actually played it with my cousin-in-law, who I've been meaning to play some sort of game with for a really long time. And it was great fun. The line of archers is, yeah, I know they are. I know they are. But unfortunately, it's like a whole turn just to get to here. RIP Pathfinder. 2017 to 2025. Or however old this game is, I have no idea. I keep finding out it's like older than I think. This game was completely off my radar until, well, till it wasn't. Till it made its way onto my radar. From, I think, Filthy Robot. Oh yeah, I want to treat this injury. Shit! I forgot all about that. Was received on round 4. I forgot about that for a really long time. Did you kill the champion? Yeah. Champion's dead. It's over. Let's stop the bleeding. So no shiny other than the one from the champion. Now this thing is really good. A 4 fatigue stab is insane. Random question. I noticed in past streams of this run you were attacking noble locations / fortifications and finding famed items and loot. Is that Hardened specifically, or is it in Reforged too? I think it's Hardened specific. I think it is Hardened specific, Econ Intern. People who have played base Reforged, I think, could answer and tell you more. All right, I'm gonna grab the piles of 6 bolas. Hey, you're welcome. Also, people have asked about the like hit chance little indicators with the percentage to hit number that appears over enemies. That's a Hardened specific one as well. Yeah, like near max damage. Like this is really good. You can stab, stab, riposte in 1 turn. How does that perform? It performs great. So honestly, an interesting option for this weapon, an interesting place where it could go, the hell is it? Right here. Is on Sir Kells. And Sir Kells, sure, he's got Cleaver Mastery, but who cares? We're pretty much just using this for the disarm and making disarm cheaper. I'm kind of keen to just straight up replace the military cleaver with this. The 3 AP attacks pair better with Pocket Sand, right? So this brother can do stab, Pocket Sand, riposte, or stab, stab, riposte, or Pocket Sand, stab. You know what I mean? Right? So it's pretty, this is pretty great. Do swords still have accuracy bonus? No. Accuracy bonuses were all just changed into the reach system. But this brother is usually going to have reach advantage because of Duelist and Phalanx. Holy Balls, we're at level 18? Yeah, we're at level 18. Check stab tooltip, please. What do you want to see? For fatigue. Pretty high armor ignore. Yeah, so I think one thing to keep in mind, the reason the armor ignore is so high on the tooltip is that it is considering me to be currently adjacent to at most 1 enemy. So it's building in Duelist's numbers into this tooltip. So, and we could do that math super simple. You know, 55% of, you know, whatever, 40, so 44 times 0.55 is 24.2. So we'll see 24, exactly. 24 is the top damage number here. So this armor ignore in practice might end up smaller. But if we compare it even just to cleave, right, from the military cleaver, it's not that much less. And it's just a much, much smoother attack from a fatigue perspective. So pretty nice. So this lets us use less fatigue in our melee attacks to enable us to do, you know, the disarms with less fatigue built up later as well. And honestly, shit, the riposte, this could be pretty good for Sir Kells some of the time. Yeah, riposte gives melee defense. So I think putting this this weapon on Sir Kells is pretty great. Another option for where it could go would be as like the sidearm on No Man 1220, and maybe in the future if we get like a named military cleaver or something like that, maybe it comes back here. You know, that could happen. Minus 15% hit points, okay. Maybe it's a different neck injury that's minus 25%. This, it might even be the same as vanilla. because there's a few different like similar sounding neck injuries that bleed. Okay. All right, things are looking pretty good. I don't think there's any other adjustments to make. Just the level up here on Master Maticus. We're just going to keep pumping up these stats and continuing to mow the lawn. Ain't nothing worse than a weakened heart. Yeah, weakened heart is unfortunate. The weakened heart permanent injury is... Oh... What is the hit point loss on the weakened heart? 40%? Okay. Lazanix. Very high famed item chance. Maybe this run does need the Bounty Hunter to help stay afloat. Well, here's the deal, Trash Comps. Bounty Hunter does not give any extra gold for slain champions anymore. So. Yeah, so I love Swamp against Goblin Shaman. Wowzers. Yeah, not on a hill, but is in the swamp. Swamp camps are a little bit different terrain than just like a swamp fight. Sometimes they have kind of a moat, sometimes they don't. Is that why we keep trashing so many nobles for monies? Yeah, we're doing everything we can to just get as much money as possible. Get as much money as possible to be able to waste a little bit of time trying to intentionally proc event bros where we're kind of doing nothing, and the cycle continues. One tile per turn, one tile per turn. But only in the murky water, right? Yeah, we might just not do this fight. I don't know. It's more skirmishers than ambushers, which is good. Be a shorter stream. Yeah, I mean, that's you're actually you might be onto something, Antivian. If it's bad, he won't be able to make melee round 4 at the earliest. No, I think we're not going to do that. And I don't know if I'm going to explore up through here. This is just swamp and shit. So let's maybe scoop up here and then keep mowing the lawn. Food should be good for a little while. Yeah, food's fine. Thank you, cook. Sad walking through swamp against goblins is the most fun fight in the game, but I understand. Is it? Is that the most fun? You just put Legos on your stairs to the basement just for fun? You just do that because you like it? You want to feel alive? This was a joke. Okay, fair enough. In that case, good joke. Speaking of jokes, look at this terrain. Oh, they're not gonna let me get in formation at all. They're just like, hey, here we are. I might not onslaught then. Curseword might have to start fighting. This is annoying. I wasn't ready to fight. Yeah, Goblin Wolf Riders are... Yeah, this weapon's pretty great. And I am, I guess, going to use some ammo because of how they approached here. Sloji, I've come to a realization. You must not be using your foot pedal anymore since getting that 14th bro. Did it break? I don't... Maybe maybe I just need to unplug it and plug it back in. I'll call IT. They'll be able to fix it. It's likely that the Wolf Rider grant more XP than intended because you effectively kill 2 entities. Ah! I'm surprised, Darkso, that you didn't give the second entity... Shit. Useless? What is the word you... It's a very funny word to me. I don't think it's like a... It's not like a mistranslation or anything. It's a fine word to use. But it's a funny word. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. Whatever word you use to designate those things is very funny. Oh, that was a stun. Take the wire out and blow in the receiver. Or like Nintendo games. I'd always blow on the Nintendo game. Blow on the cartridge. Which apparently did nothing. I don't think so. Unworthy. Unworthy. That's the word. That's the word. No, I like it. That word is perfect. I like it. Don't change it. It's not a complaint. But yeah, unworthy. It's just like, I don't know. Unworthy. I like it. Did nothing but worked 100% of the time? Right. Okay, let's take a peek on this mountaintop before we head back to this mountain. Just to be sure. Okay. Poison Brewer's Hideout. Yeah. Bunch of gobos. Another 400 gold. Yeah. This is how we accumulate gold. Is just finding camps. The further from civilization, the better. Your Nintendo is still in the same place at your parents' house as it was in 1988. I think it finally bit the dust this Christmas. Honestly incredible. That's beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna run forward with Brewski, get an attack. I'm gonna go here and then get in cover. I don't actually know if that makes a difference or works. Oh shoot, dropped our shield wall. It's kind of dumb. That's fine. Wow, DeBurner can walk a whole 3 steps. Sure. That's 2 steps ahead of yesterday. Yeah, it is. Could take a step forward on Curse Word and do an onslaught. I don't hate it. Gives us the bonus stats for when we do make contact, and we can do a hold steady next round. Limited initial squad rerolls. It's technically unlimited. We did re-roll a bunch for this current squad. That's true. I should probably just change that to squad re-rolls or whatever to more accurately reflect the number of times we re-rolled for this squad, because it was like 10 to 20, somewhere in there. I don't know. Yeah, re-rolling squads to have fun, right? Basically, there was a squad. I mean, because the reason the squad ended up being rolled like it did was because I was so excited about that wedge formation from the brother with Inspiring Presence in run 2 that ended so quickly and quite catastrophically that I felt like this might be relatable. Let's say you're playing an ARPG and you've got a build idea and you're super excited about it, and you play hardcore because you're an idiot like me. If you take the build to like pretty far, maybe not to the end, maybe you make it to the final difficulty, but you don't get to like the end game maps or something, and then you die, you're like, all right, that brother died, it wasn't meant to be. But if you die in like a really dumb way in like Act 1, you just reroll that same fucking build. Is this relatable to anyone? Anyway, that's basically what happened, why I re-rolled this squad, to get a bro with Inspiring Presence. That's sort of the mental whatever gears that we're turning that basically resulted in this. Very relatable? Okay. Is this a Path of Exile story? The ARPG shall not be named. Yes. The mental gymnastics, the mental gymnastics. Remember how you almost went with a different squad? Oh, I almost went with a different squad because I was like, this squad is good enough. But there was pure sadness in my heart. It was like, I was obviously going to be really unhappy with it. So I'm glad I changed it. Or like changed it and just went with this one. You jerk. Okay, because we're going to get Intiween up there. You do the same thing in games like Slay the Spire. Well, now how does that work for Slay the Spire, though? Because Slay the Spire is like a... I don't know, I guess I approach Slay the Spire a little differently. You almost re-rolled this... Oh, that's true. And I'm going to get Antiwi into here. Full force. And I'm kind of thinking about rotating Brewski just so that he can get up to here for some good reapings. You got Spearwalled? Apparently. Brewski is in position. Oh, they don't have Spear Mastery. Huh. I would have thought they would. That's right. Oh, how the turntables. That was a lot of stuff. Let's see. Let's just attack there. So I'm going to run Curse Word up here so that Master Maticus doesn't drop his shield wall. Because we don't have anyone else that can really do that. I guess it could be Dark Paladin. But I think he's doing pretty well throwing. Or maybe going up here and throwing some sand in their eyes. Reaped. Beautiful. Okay. Is it really just 100 to highlight? It's really just 100 to highlight. I've never changed any of the default values. So if you'd like to highlight a message, you don't have to win very much Battle Brawl to be able to do it. I think if you're doing this challenge rerolling squads until you get one you like's the way to go. You have far less build agency compared to vanilla, and getting stuck doing this with a squad you don't like just isn't fun. Yeah, definitely. Let's bring trash comps up to here. Grant the bonus AP up here. Didn't realize that's where the other Wolf Rider would be. And apparently this Goblin Skirmisher. I guess he does have an angle to shoot at Brewski. Oh, don't hit him in the head. It's not your time, trash comps. Not for the headshot. Not now. Combo. Looks like I could highlight 1,106 messages if you wanted to. Then you should. Am I encouraging something that I shouldn't be? Well. Whatever. Highlight messages. I say, have fun. Is this the new meta? Oh my god, what have I done? This is the new meta. The highlighting meta is here. Just recover here. Wow, he used his net before he ran away. That was shockingly smart. Also, I should have moved in range of this Goblin Overseer, because now he's going to be able to get away. Or is he? Oh no, oh no, what am I seeing? Oh no, this will bankrupt me. I guess this is what we doing now? Cool kids don't highlight damage. Oh no, oh no. What have I done? I did make an error, it turns out. Arrow to the knee? You're not going anywhere, Goblin Overseer. This new weapon is actually really good. Wonderful. And you know what? We'll play a little game. If he's able to make it out, then he gets to survive. What a surprise he couldn't do it. All right. Okay, imagine that goblin sword both. Yeah, I know. With whatever that. Yeah. Yes, Rufin. So these named items with boy, and I don't think I think I literally have no one with dagger mastery. Oh no, I lied. They're right here. Between the ribs. Yeah. Like the goblin, and because you can do the sword stuff too. So on guard. Your riposts, I see no reason why they wouldn't get the damage too. In case that could be relevant a little bit, right? Realize that the normal goblin sword with between the ribs is better than that named one? Wait, why? Why? Why would the normal one be better? How could that be? How could that be true? No shiny. Also not that much ammo in this camp, huh? The named one doesn't have... Wait, what? What are you talking about? I don't understand what you're saying. This is still a sword slash dagger. A normal goblin sword with between the ribs is far stronger than this one without. Oh. I mean, I guess? Sure. I mean, but you're just like, this does more damage because we gave a perk that gave it more damage with like a bunch of conditions. I mean, yeah. No doubt. Yeah, I agree with you that those perks are good. Yeah, no, I think those are really strong. You'll get no disagreement here. Okay. Bazak Nox. It's not that bad, but by the time we would do it, it would be daytime. And then we're kind of in a no man's land if we were to wait for night and come back. Soju making bank. Yeah, we're getting some crowns finally. Funny number alert. Yeah, 69 is an awful lot. No, let's just head down this way. Hill is better than mountain, but hill still sucks. Yeah, that's a lot of goblins. It's a lot of goblins. Okay, I'm trying to decide what my route should be for mowing the lawn here. I'm just gonna keep cutting away at this side. I was thinking about maybe like grabbing this and sleeping around, swinging around. And food is still good, right? Yeah, food's still good. We can pretty perpetually be out here from a food perspective. Not sure my lung could handle that many goblins. True, you do sometimes want the second lung for the longer fights. Every once in a while. On hold, 4 to 6. They should ignore me, and I will ignore them. Is Woodsboro off cooldown? No, it's a 200-day cooldown for the Deserter in the forest, which we did get pretty much right away, right? So we got it at like day 20 or something. It was really early. It was really early. Day 22, yeah. Did we ever finish off the beast fight for the scout? No. We need big Swordland sponsorship to take on that camp. Buy one Swordlands, get one, get three free. Holy buckets. What a juiced deal. That's even better than apple cider from Aldi. Do the different colors of different banner colors on the camps mean? Oh no, the banner colors do indicate, like, each faction has their own set of banners. I don't know if they're chosen like at random. I don't really know how those are assigned. Let me check real quick. Okay. Buy one, get 3 free. Or it could just be a discontinued item. They just want to get rid of inventory. It's possible. Okay, let's just see what the route. Men Stompers Rally Field. Wow, hell of a name. Doesn't look too bad. I think it's a good fight for us to take. Let's get our lighter reaping helmet on Brewski. Apple cider got my attention though. I didn't buy any this last fall season. Big mistake. I think that's why it was so cheap at Aldi, because it was like, this is like past Christmas. We gotta get rid of this. Okay. All right, so let's do this Men Stompers Rally Field. So we're gonna have to be mindful of the Berserkers as we try to beat up on the Warriors and Young. These fights are still a little bit spook for us. Let's swap this shield, and we need to change these back now that we're not fighting orcs. Or now that we're not fighting goblins. Do warriors have anchor? They don't have the anchor perk, but they have, in essence, yes. Practically speaking, they have anchor. I don't think there's any other adjustments I want or need to make. Since they're going to close the gap so quickly, I could put something a bit heavier on No Man 1220, just for when they close the gap, because they're going to, right? I'm just gonna do this like this. A little bit less armor pen from attacks. Okay. I think that's all I want to do in prep for this fight. Don't need this net here. Just make it bandages. Okay. Drip maxing, drip maxing. How many total? 17. I don't know that there was a single number there, even like the minimum possible, where I wouldn't have been like, anyway. So let's see what we got. 15 would have been nice. I mean, 15 would have been nice. So Sir Kel could do a attack as he walks back, when we probably will. We'll get all the damage in that we can. Should I start with an arrow to the knee on the Berserker? Probably just a regular attack. Arrows to the knee are going to be for the Orc Warriors on approach, I think. Okay. So, have a decision, even on this first round. There's no way for them to push with Line Breaker on this turn. Nobody on the front has a temporary injury. No, that's not true. DeBurner has one, my god. So if one of these guys went to there, he'd be able to push. All right. So I am going to do the hold steady. Learned our lesson. The reason I'm asking about the injury is we had a fight against orcs where, because of Mauler, an orc warrior on a turn where I wasn't expecting, was able to move to this hex here and then push to blow open our wedge, which was bad. Almost certainly just going to go for the disarm here. I cannot imagine a world where I don't go for that. Yeah, okay. And I'm going to wait because we're probably going to slap this guy with a regular whip attack. That's right, knowledge gained. We only become more powerful. Specifically the Cleaver Warriors? Right, yeah, specifically the Cleaver Warriors. Yes. So. Yep, specifically the Cleaver ones. So let's do our arrow to the knee. Yeah, I mean, we don't want any of these Berserkers' attacks to hit. So let's just give that guy the arrow to the knee. And may as well just get a regular attack too. Master Maticus, let's wait. I don't... They're doing some weird repositioning back there that I don't exactly understand. Okay. Yeah, I don't think so though, Goodbye George, just because he has, you know, Mace Mastery, Shockwave, and the ability to go for the knockout. If this Orc Young had a different weapon, I agree with you. Given that he has this tree stump, we can't even let that 5% go through, because if we drop our shield, it's real bad. So I am actually going to kill this this Orc Young. Okay, Brewski's mostly doing these attacks just to bolster. I don't know that I even bother with the second attack. Is that worth the buildup of fatigue? It's pretty minimal. It's just an extra 9. I hit him in the head again, which is nice. And Sir Kells, I'm gonna have him keep his remaining fatigue. I guess killing this Orc Warrior on this turn lets the Berserker get in, which is maybe less than ideal. So we did the Hold Steady last turn, which means we could walk up with Curse Word and do a Onslaught. Sir Kells isn't as threatened by these orcs with the head splitters compared to Cleaver. Is the wedge formation you're using a good one in general, or is it something you have for this run because of mods? I would say it is not good in general, but it is good because of Hardened. I would not recommend doing this in vanilla. Alright, let's apply over all that Overwhelm and do our Onslaught. Okay, so we definitely can't let this guy do any attacks. Some Borkin up there. Yeah, specifically Peasant Militia and just Hardened generally. And like this team, there's a whole lot of conditions to this being good. I think a Dark Paladin, I'm just gonna go for 3 attacks right here. It's a lot of damage. Yeah, there's some Bjorken going on up there. Alright, and on Xeno Aristo, we're definitely going for the Destroy Armor. I think on the uncracked open armors on the Orc Warriors, that's gonna be optimal. And I think I want to go for the ones in the back. If I can get a fresh arrow to the knee on this Berserker, that's really good. Alright, he gets no attack next turn. Probably just a regular attack on him afterwards. Bruce, I'm gonna wait. Someone might occupy this hex and then might destroy a little more armor. Sir Kells is probably not going to disarm, but probably do something with this sword. So I'm going to pull it out now, just so we have more reach as they do their first attack, but I'm just going to wait with it for a moment. The burner is going to rock someone's world. South side's going to look bad in a turn or so. Well, that'll help. But yes, south and north side. Yeah, gonna go for the destroy armor. And this guy's armor is fully stripped off, so I'm probably going to attack him, but I'm going to see what happens with Brewski's Reaps first. Okay. A little underwhelming. So probably I still attack the Berserker, though, because he's just more threatening generally. So we now no longer have Hold Steady. So something to keep in mind. Literally, this guy, no one has a push. Literally none of them have a push up there. So that's important. I could do an attack here for the Overwhelm on those two. Lets us rearm. This one gets better damage. And still two Overwhelms. Curse Word's probably going to recover, but I'm going to wait till the second half of the round. Bottom left orcs have a push? Sure. But they can push. That's fine. They have to move in first to push. Yeah, and falsers, right? I'm just looking at this section. But yes, they've got the push on falsers. These orcs could, you know, if they step here, each have a push. Trash comms, let's finish that guy off. And should probably make it so this guy doesn't get an attack at all, though Master Maticus has Steel Brow, so maybe I just do a regular attack. Okay. Okay, wait just a moment there. Let's get a kill, proc Berserk. So this guy probably will go for the push, if I were to guess, because he'll want to get to No Man 1220. Brewski can rotate him out and put No Man 1220 in a pretty fine spot. So I think this is okay. Arrow meet knee. Well, that's what I'm thinking, but I'm thinking of where I want to do the arrow to the knee. We deny some options for, like, this guy, this guy, this guy. Yeah, blue skip turn is disabled even with Berserk refilling AP, yeah. You think Falster's in trouble with that line? Yeah, he might be, but he also has Brotate. Right, so we could get, like, Curse Word in a better position, or Sir Kells. But I agree. Falsters will be in some risk. He's reasonably chonky, but yeah, he would need to do his Brotation, and he's able to do Brotate for cheaper because of Rush of Battle. So let's do arrows to the knee there and there. And if Master Maticus gets the kill here, that will do a AoE daze. Okay. He did it and went for Brewski. Fine by me. And I might wait to see if this Berserker moves forward, because he's who I want to attack with Brewski in the second half of the round for sure. Okay, don't destroy Curse Word's shield. That's rude. Yeah, great. Yeah. Very good Morale Cascade. And I'm going to go here just so I get the Destroy Armor there, since that might be where we do some reaping. Oh, because we killed that guy? Sure, actually. And I'm going to wait to see if we do some rotation. Alright, we're going to recover because Curse Word is going to re-shield wall. Just to bring everyone else's shield back up, which I guess he can't do. No, literally don't hit him in the helmet. Ew, that guy regained his composure. That one lost it though. Okay. Alright, those guys lost theirs. Alright. Could have unequipped Sir Kel's shield to remove shield wall. Ooh, that is a line. It's an interesting one. Right, I'm okay with leaving Brewski here. Falsers actually can stay here for this turn. Could pull out the shield, pocket shield. We like these. We just do it. Pocket sand, pocket sand. I don't want him to destroy my poor shield. I don't really need him to re-shield wall for the sake of anyone else. I just don't want him to want it to get destroyed here. Just because it's got this fun, like, you know, beheading flag on it. Okay. I guess I'll just attack to apply daze if I hit him in the head. And I didn't. Could try to disarm him. Full force. Full force. You're gonna wait there. Just attack here. Yeah, I was gonna say just for the potential days. Yeah, there goes the shield. What a jerk, what a jerk. Okay, let's reapply pocket sand over there. He can't go anywhere. He can go to here. Oh, okay. Probably care about attacking that one most of all. Unplayable save scum battle for the shield. We accept the result. Full force. Full force. Could pull out the jabs just to throw them right in his face. That was fun. This one might get destroyed. But in Hardened, those will drop on the ground. Or maybe that's a Reforged feature. I'm not sure. Pocket sand. There we go, got that daze. Now that guy's fleeing. You love to see it. Guy doesn't know it, but if I saw DeBurner running at me with that hammer, and I knew what that hammer was capable of, oof. I'd sure be running. Okay, pretty nice fight. Very nice fight. Very, very, very nice fight. No shiny, but I think we get those items back, do we not? Are they not just on this screen? Oh no. Is that not true? Let's see the damage. Pretty expected numbers. Here's your shiny. Thanks, Cycling, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Damage numbers are distributed basically like I expected. If anything, Master Maticus is much higher. Orc fights are deceiving though, because a lot of this damage that Master Maticus dealt was from orcs that were fleeing, just because of where he happened to be positioned. DeBurner's such a Chad? DeBurner's such a Chad. I'm gonna grab a couple of these orc shields just to replace these busted up ones. We're gonna save a few tools by just unequipping some of the ones that they attacked. No, I guess we just lose those shields. Why did I think that wasn't the case anymore? So that pocket heater shield that I lost, I actually kind of care about that. The one that Falsers had. I actually liked that a lot. That was a minus shiny. I thought that the blacksmith-like effect just existed. Curseword lost his shield, which also sucks. I kind of want a shield with all of the abilities on it. So I'm going to go with a Sipar. Yeah, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. You really do hate to see it. Honestly, No Man 1220 has so much fatigue, I might leave this male hauberk on him. Instead of replacing it with a brigandine shirt. Is that true? Yeah, maybe that's not true. Yeah, maybe it's true. All the shinies are in the barb camps? Well, I'll have D&D here in just a moment, so let's line up our snack. What will tomorrow's Slurgy have available? Don't listen to Link Slurgy, he's lying? He might be right. Just lining up a little snack. That is not the snack that I was thinking of. Okay. So we're gonna get it now. But I don't think we're gonna use this now. Let's see what this is. I'll just take a little. Okay. Well. Seabreeze, thank you for the subscription. Very much appreciated. With some more experience, what do you think are the scariest enemies in Hardened? Have we fought epic undead yet, like the Necro Lords? We have fought Necro Savant Lords, and they are serious. Necro Savant Lords don't mess around at all. But they can be disarmed, and they can be stunned. Right? So, if you really focus on them, you have to dedicate a lot of resources to it, but they are manageable. Honestly, I think the scariest enemy in Hardened for this company and probably overall is just big piles of Chosen, but especially big piles of Chosen with unholds. Get rid of Falser's Donkey Brains. No, probably not. Because we changed how we leveled him up. I don't think so. So in keeping with vanilla? Yeah, I guess. Though for me, for the way I build my companies with the Spear Bros, the pure chosen camps in vanilla aren't as big a deal. But like this injury on trash comps isn't that big of a deal. The missing finger is not that big of a deal. I think I'm just going to hang on to the water skin for now. Yeah, we could cure the missing finger, but like, I'm worried about, for example, DeBurner getting struck down and having like a broken knee. No, I know. I understand the Chaucer. I get it. I'm just thinking like the likelihood of Antiwian being struck down is really low. He's one of our best defensive brothers. Right? He's got crazy good defenses. So he's one of the least likely to be struck down. And I don't think any of the permanent injuries right now are that big of a deal. Yeah, I think we got more game to go. We got to save it. I think that's right. I think using it now is not good. You know, instead of leaving Future Slurgy a snack, did the money count up from the crowns for discovering the location? Did we at least get to see that? Must have already happened. Oh. Then we lost some from Sunrise. All right. You know, I should probably go and get to my D&D. That way I'm not late. You don't want to be the person who's late to your D&D session. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that guy. So I'm going to send you guys over to a good friend. Be good. He's playing some retro games. I don't know what Blue versus Violet is, but he plays old school JRPGs on their original hardware. Cool dude. Backlog Boys is they're good people. So I'm gonna go play some D&D. So to all of you, wherever you are in the world, I'll be back tomorrow. Right? Is that true? Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Make it a good one. Ta-ta.